Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked. Hello and welcome to the long-awaited episode 199. I am finally here to tell you my underwater crimes episode. When I was deciding which case to use for this special topic, I had a lot to choose from. Diving accidents, underwater welding accidents, scuba homicides, submarine accidents, and homicides. But I'm having a strange mental health time in my life, so I didn't want to cover anything super sad. If you are interested in those cases specifically, though, please request them. And at a better mental health time in either mine or Alicia's lives, we absolutely will cover what you request. But today, I wanted to talk about treasure hunting. Gone a little bit awry. First, do you have a fun fact for me?
I do have a fun fact, and I don't know. Oh, there it is. I'm like, why is my computer not computering? So I had a guesstimate based on what today's beverages that you will get to in a moment about what your topic would be. So naturally, I had to make my fun fact pirate related. So there are a lot of myths in pirate lore, as we all know. But there are also a lot of factual pirate lores. For instance, parrots were actually very common pirate pets. Pirates often kept parrots because of their entertainment and because they were easy to obtain within tropical regions. Another pirate fact is that there was no written history anywhere that suggested that walking the plank was actually a thing that pirates did to people that they wanted to go off their boat. They likely just threw them overboard. And finally, pirates didn't always bury treasure. While the idea of hidden treasure is a popular trope, most pirates divided their loot amongst the crew and actually spent it on goods and services. I mean, why would you get treasure if you're just going to hide it? But Sierra may debunk that today. We may have some real life treasure.
We may have some real life treasure. Those are all very fun facts. I love that. I love that they would keep parrots. And also, it makes sense that they didn't hide their treasure if they did keep parrots, because I feel like the parrots would tell all of their secrets.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, they buried it
you
over
can have
there.
one or the other, right?
That's a terrible pirate impression,
Yeah.
but
no, it was a parrot impression. It was great. It's great.
What is your fun fact?
My fun fact, have you ever heard of the author Forrest Fenn and his poem titled The Thrill of the Chase?
I have, but I haven't read it.
Okay, so this poem was released in 2010 and was 24 lines of clues that were supposed to lead the reader to a treasure chest of gold that Forrest had hidden somewhere along the Rocky Mountains. In 2020, the treasure was finally found, and the chest containing gold was sold at auction for $1.3 million. That's not the fun fact part, though. That's just knowledge that those are facts, but this is the fun fact part, okay? Originally, this idea came to Forrest Fenn in 1988 when he was diagnosed with terminal cancer. His wishes were to have his remains, along with all of his treasures, hidden and have people search for them with the poem. But he beat the cancer, and in 2010, he decided to hide his treasure anyway as a way to get people outside and off of their devices. And it's also during this time that geocaching became popular. I think that is super cool. Forrest Fenn lived to see his treasure found and then died later that year in 2020. So that's kind of cool.
That is super cool, and also now what I'm going to be doing when I'm old.
Right? Like if I'm ever given a terminal diagnosis?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that I really have treasure, unless you count like an obnoxious amount of crystals treasure and books. So basically Sierra is going to be the only one looking for it.
Finding out this information just made me want to do geocaching more. And not just finding it, but making the geocaches. Like,
Yes!
I want to write little poems and hide
I s
stuff, you know?
I still have my creepy calcified skip rope handle that we found
Yeah.
geocaching. I didn't actually know what that was until the second time I went to see Sierra, and, me and her kids went geocaching in Florida,
Mhm.
and the rule is you must only pick 1 treasure, and you must put something in the box. Is that right?
Yep.
Is that the right
Yep.
rules?
Take something, leave
So
something.
we left a lot of twisted and uncorked stickers, so
We
if you
did.
are a particular listener in Florida, you may have our original stickers.
Oh, I forgot
Um,
about that.
and I kinda love that, but I picked this because it looked creepy and old and calcified, and the weird part is I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like a skip rope handle, though, but then I'm
Either
not
that or
sure
some
how it
sort of bone.
attaches to it. I'm
Yeah.
really hoping it's not a bone,
Yeah.
but that's what we initially thought it was, and, naturally, it lives in the podcast area.
It was interesting.
That's for sure.
Speaking of treasures, this episode pairs well with a drink I found on a website called Seduction in the Kitchen,
Which I love.
right? The drink is called Pirate's Booty, and it calls for 3 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of cranberry juice, 3/4 an ounce of coconut, 1/4 teaspoon of edible gold glitter, and then add booze if you choose in the amount of 1.5 ounces of spiced rum, subbing coconut for coconut rum. I did not add alcohol, so mine came out a little bit pinker
It's
than
very
if
pretty,
it did
though.
have alcohol in it. Yeah.
Mine, I put inside of my skull glass because Skull and Crossbones was pirate related, naturally.
Yeah.
It's a versatile cup, and it is really tasty. I am naturally a fan of rum and pineapple juice because that's what Kevin and I drank on our honeymoon pretty much the entire time in Hawaii. I asked him today, I'm like, "Do we have coconut rum at home or Malibu?" And he's like, "Yep, still not ready to drink that shit." We definitely overdid it while we were there, but I still have a fond taste of it. I skipped the edible glitter mostly because I couldn't find gold edible glitter, that and after Sierra's glitter conspiracy episode, I'm a little afraid of it still.
Yeah, I have edible s I mean, it's not glitter, it's like sprinkles that are gold, like
Is it the
gold
same thing that
sprinkles.
you've used that before?
Yeah, I have.
It's for baking, it still
Mhm.
works. But yours is very pretty. How is it with the extra coconut?
It's good. I didn't use extra coconut, I just used instead of coconut rum, I used the coconut cream,
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
and then no regular rum, so
Just
I
sounds
also
tasty.
what did I say goes in it?
Pineapple juice, cranberry.
Yeah, I also put what did I put? Pineapple, cranberry, edible. Oh, and so instead of rum, I needed more liquid, so I put some lime in it.
Oh, there you go.
So
It
it's
works. It's
probably a little different,
tropical.
but it is good. It's good. It's
It
tropical for
sounds
sure.
it sounds tasty. I really like it. Thank you for, picking a pirate's booty. Kevin was really cute, and he cut up mango, and I'm like, "That's not what's in the drink, but I'll just eat it."
Yeah, there you go.
Just have a
Just eat
little
it.
tiny bowl of sliced up mango. I'm not upset. It's a really good mango. When you go to the store, what mangoes do you buy?
Mangoes
If you
taste like
buy
armpit smell.
right, right,
I don't eat
right!
them.
Oh my god, I forget about this every time, and every time it catches me off guard as being the funniest thing you've said.
Can't do
Mangoes
it.
taste like armpit smell. I
I
mean,
cannot
okay,
do it.
listeners, what kind of mangoes do you buy? Because I really
Yeah.
like Adolfo mangoes, the wide orange ones or yellowy ones, not the ones that are green and pink.
Hmm.
Those ones are harder to eat than they are worth, and
I
not usually
think
as sweet.
the green and pink ones are the ones that I know taste like armpit smell. So maybe I could try the orange ones. Maybe.
The little yellowy orange ones are quite sweet and quite tasty.
Maybe
Listeners, let me
someday I'll
know
give them
if
a
you
try.
agree with Sierra, and let us know if you've been listening long enough to have understood that reference, because I would like to send you some stickers and a little thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Um,
if you heard Alicia say what kind of mangoes do you buy and you thought I was gonna say mangoes taste like armpit smell, you're a winner. Okay.
you are
You
the
already
winner.
knew.
Please, yeah, please write in. I just who said like, how do you know what armpits taste like?
I didn't say what they taste like. They taste like armpit smell.
I don't.
Noses and mouths are connected. Sometimes things can taste like smells.
That's so
Sometimes
true.
things can smell like tastes.
I often wonder that if I didn't have horrendous sinus issues, how much I could taste. Did you
Maybe
start
that's why
tasting
you don't realize.
mangoes are only good because I can barely. I was gonna say though, did your taste or like sense of taste get better when you stopped smoking?
Everyone says that. I didn't really notice.
No, that's so interesting to me. So I was just
Yeah.
curious.
I mean, I was food sheltered as a child. We've talked about this on Bitch and Wine. I didn't eat very much when I was little, and I started smoking as soon as I left
That's why
my
she's five
house.
feet tall.
And then I stopped smoking, and then I started trying new things. So maybe I would have, but I just didn't taste those things until after I had stopped. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I
My
see what
taste
you're
has always
saying.
been weird. All right. So, anyway, we are going to hear a quick promo and then we will talk about an underwater criminal. The first documented gold nugget found in the Americas was in 1799 in North Carolina, but it wasn't even discovered to have been gold until the 1800s. And it wasn't investigated much further than that in the area either. It was around the 1850s that the gold rush was officially in full swing, with California's gold rush beginning in 1948, and even places as far away as Australia having a gold rush in 1851. But by 1857, the area would be experiencing a financial crisis known as the Panic of 1857. People were mining and sifting for the gold too quickly. It was running out and becoming more and more scarce in the area. I feel like all you can see is my eyelids, so I'm gonna put this somewhere else. I'm just looking at my phone. Okay.
For those of you that are watching on YouTube, Sierra's got a new background.
I
New
do.
little setup.
This is my new room. It might be a little echoey. I'm sorry if you can hear that. We're working on it. I'm getting a
We
rug.
got this. We got this. I'm getting a rug.
I'm getting a rug. So many businesses had invested in the California area when the gold was first discovered. And so many people, some 30,000, had moved to the area to find the gold. But the more people there were, the less gold each person found. And then, on September 12th, much of it that was collected would be lost, along with the lives of 425 people. The SS Central America was a wooden steamship that traveled regularly from Central America to the east coast of the US starting in 1852. This allowed people, businesses, and the United States government and banks to transport their gold from the unindustrialized California area to the major manufacturing areas of New England and its surrounding eastern states, giving the SS Central America the nickname of the Ship of Gold.
Wild. I also love that our underwater crimes both involved SS ships because I covered the
Yeah.
SS Kamloops for mine with Believing the Bizarre, which, by the way, we got to do another roundtable urban legend thing with them because I gave them 5 urban legends that they had never heard of just from our Patreon. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my
Which is
gosh.
saying something. So, shout out to Tyler and Charlie because Sierra missed them. And
Yeah.
shout out to SS ships. Mine wasn't carrying gold, though. Mine was carrying lifesavers and just miscellaneous equipment between Canada and the US. Wasn't exciting. No buried treasure.
On September 3rd, 1857, 477 passengers joined the 101 crew members on board the SS Central America in Panama, each passenger carrying their own riches that they had journeyed to California to find. Aside from carrying passengers back to New York, the Ship of Gold was also acting as a postal ship, carrying gold from the U.S. Mint in California, which was meant to stock the banks and help the failing businesses back in New York and the surrounding states as the economy was on the decline. The ship was carrying approximately 11.2 tons of gold bars and coins from the mint, which in today's money is about $765 million worth.
Just a casual amount of gold.
Yeah, just almost a fucking billion.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And, like, also a ballsy thing to carry on a ship. Like, wouldn't that be heavy as hell? Gold bars. Like, I
You
just feel
might
like that's a
think,
recipe for disaster.
right? You might think that a ship of gold would cause it to become a target for pirates.
That too.
But,
I didn't even go robbery. I just went pure physics. But yeah, that
well,
too.
that would make this an on the water crime, not an underwater one.
Mm.
So,
It was the mermaids, wasn't it?
the 101 crew members included the United States Navy members, so it was relatively a safe trip, if only the weather would cooperate. On September 11th, having made it from Central America all the way to South Carolina, the ship of gold ran right into a hurricane. The ship's sails were torn, and there was so much water on board that the crew and passengers had to start a bucket brigade to stop the ship from going down. Like, full on, pass the bucket and toss the water over. Ridiculous. Like, a sight to behold.
No kidding.
Their efforts afforded them another day and a rescue of 153 passengers by lifeboats, but the weather was still bad, and even the rescue ship couldn't stick around long enough to be of much help without going down themselves. At about 8 p.m. on September 12, 1857, the SS Central America sank, along with its captain and 424 others, and all of the gold. Years later, the historic Ship of Gold became a legend for treasure hunters. But try as they might, no one could find the sunken ship until 131 years later. Tommy Thompson, a
Of
marine engineer and
course, that's his
treasure
name.
hunter,
Sorry. Tommy Thompson.
Tommy Thompson, a marine engineer and treasure hunter born in Indiana, became obsessed with attempting to discover the wreckage of the SS Central America. In 1983, now living in Columbus, Ohio, Tommy recruited the help of a geologist, scientist, and historian named Bob Evans, who was hired to go over and back over historical accounts of the ship's last known location, wind speeds and directions, and other historical documents that might give way to where the ship went down. Together with the help of a man named Larry Stone, an expert in underwater search theory, didn't know you could be an expert in that.
You're right.
And nearly 3 years of research later, the group was able to create a list of probable places where the ship would be today, as in 1984. Wait, 1986, because I said 3 years later. Now they just had to get down there and search. But how would they reach the depths of the bottom of the ocean?
Why would you want to? Well, besides the treasure, but still.
Yeah, besides $765 million worth of
Besides
gold.
that. Yeah. I don't know. That's the only contributing factor to why I would even attempt to go down there.
They came up with a business plan of sorts. Kickstarter, if you will. A remote controlled submarine equipped with a camera and a claw in order to grab the gold would be needed, as well as a boat and a team to operate it all. But all of that costed money.
Mm-hmm.
So they took their plan to investors. 161 investors, to be exact, who donated a total of $12.5 million to the cause of discovering a shipwreck worth, at minimum, $150 million. Not all of them thought it would actually work, but they had money to blow and thought this would be a good cause to be known for if it ended up working out. So all these rich people are like, "You're doing what? Sure, take my money, whatever."
I'm pretty sure that's what the rich people, when they were looking for the gemstone at the beginning of the Titanic did. That was the same thing that
Yeah,
they used to
pretty
go to the
much.
bottom of the ocean to
Sure,
get the
why
safe.
not?
Yeah, just me.
After hiring a team of scientific experts and divers with some of the money and creating the group called the Columbus America Discovery Group, Tommy Thompson set off with the others to the Atlantic with their underwater robot named Nemo 3.
What happened to Nemo 2 and 1?
They were prototypes. They searched nearly all summer in 1986 and again in 1987, but exactly 131 years after the Ship of Gold experienced that Category 2 hurricane that sank it, on September 11th, 1988, Tommy Thompson and his crew discovered the wreckage of the SS Central America and a large amount of gold, claiming that it will prove to be, quote, the largest treasure trove in American history, end quote. Though not all of the gold was recovered, much of it still remains on the ocean floor.
Can you imagine just like scuba diving one day and just coming across
Listen,
a gold bar?
right? There's audio of them when they first see it in the camera of the underwater. They are so happy. They're so fucking happy. They're like, "Do you know what that is?" It's so great. Like, I can't imagine, even if I didn't get to keep any of it, finding something like that it has been missing for 131 years.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very
that's so
cool. Yeah.
cool.
It's a cool side of history to be on, of course.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Tommy Thompson and his team, though, even 131-year-old gold has people looking to claim it, especially the 39 insurance companies who had to pay out to the people and companies 131 years ago who insured their lost gold.
Oh, fuck off. Come
Yeah.
on. Call it a loss, guys. You can't predict a hurricane.
The courts got involved, and the gold was stuck in limbo as he waited for a court order to determine who it belonged to. 10 years later, in 1998, the Columbus American Discovery Group was awarded 92% of the gold they recovered and were ordered to give the rest to the insurance company, which is like 8%. It's fine. But again, they didn't discover all of it. Like, they grabbed some and that was it. There's still so much down there. I think the amount that they grabbed, well, I'm going to get to it. With the gold he was allowed to keep, Tommy went into negotiations with buyers who would turn the gold into usable money so that he could pay back his investors and the people who helped him. But after selling what he had for $50 million, is what he got for it, he sort of went off grid without paying back the $13 million
Oh,
that he
no.
owed to investors or giving any to the other two guys who helped him.
Oh.
So the investors sued Tommy Thompson, and the courts ordered him to produce a record of the sale of gold. How did you only get $50 million, and why aren't you sharing it?
Fair.
During this time, it was learned that the company he sold the gold to gave him an extra $1 million off the record to keep for himself,
Okay.
as well as allowing him to keep 500 of the gold coins, worth about $3 million, that he would not have to report to the government or the other people that he was supposed to be paying. But guess what they found out? As I said, though, he was sort of off grid at this point. His lawyer was attending hearings for him on his behalf, but he was living in Florida under different names, many different names. In 2008, he was arrested in Jacksonville, Florida for possession of prescription drugs at a gas station and was found to have 9 different driver's licenses on him.
Casual.
He was let
He
go.
met somebody in a parking lot for those.
Oh, yeah. He was let go. No charges were pressed against him by the police officers. I wonder how much gold he gave them. And then he just continued to live his unassumed life, unknown to anyone around him. He rented a mansion in Florida, but nothing was ever put in his name, and he paid everything to the landlord in cash with moldy $100 bills.
Ew. Why were they moldy?
Okay, so the theories are either there were $100 bills on the boat that he pulled up. It's like, this is the money I'm paying you with. Or one of the theories is, the more believed theory is that he was hiding the money he did get, the $50 million, in some sort of underwater area in Florida.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know why, but, interesting. Finally, after not getting an inventory of the gold, the Ohio judge ordered Tommy, through his attorney, to appear in court in August of 2012. And when Tommy Thompson still did not show up, he was considered a wanted fugitive.
Oh, it's escalated so quickly.
When the U.S. Marshals finally discovered where Tommy had been living and raided the place, they were too late. And the only thing they found was a book called How to Live Your Life Invisible. Empty bank wraps for $10,000 stacks of $100 bills, and 12 active cell phones. So he was like completely, living a whole different life. In 2015, Tommy Thompson was found and arrested in Boca Raton, Florida. He pleaded guilty to skipping his hearing and was sentenced to 2 years in prison under the condition that he would tell the courts the location of the 500 gold coins he was able to not so secretly keep for himself. But the most that Tommy Thompson would admit to is that he put the coins in a trust in Belize. He claims to not remember anything more than that. It was decided that his 2-year sentence would not begin until he disclosed the location of the coins, and he would incur a $1,000 a day fine for every day that he didn't tell, all while being held in jail.
So much money.
How long until you tell? Like, you just found these.
I don't have any
super
thousands,
awesome.
so one day.
You have found these coins. You have $50 million. Okay. You found these coins. You just want to keep these coins, but they're like, if you give us, you're going to get charged $1,000 per day until you give up these coins. How long until you tell? And you're in jail until you tell them where they are. How long until you tell?
I still feel like one day.
Okay.
I'm not made for prison.
You ready for the crazy part?
Yeah.
It has been 10 years. Tommy Thompson has been in jail and is in jail to this day.
What does he look like?
2015.
Thompson. I need to know what this
He
man
looks like he's not telling where them fucking coins are.
He looks unhinged. He looks like he was a pirate at one point.
Tommy Thompson has been in jail and is in jail to this day since 2015, all because he refuses to tell the courts the location of the 500 coins that he helped discover and bring up from the wreckage of the historic ship of gold, the SS Central America. This year, in 2025, the judge finally decided to end his being held in contempt $1,000 a day thing, as Tommy Thompson
$3.6 million, though,
is now
so much money.
73 years old and could actually there's a chance he actually no longer knows where the coins are. I think at first it was a matter of principle, not wanting to tell,
100%.
And Tommy and the courts were playing chicken to see who would give up first. It's clear the courts gave up first, but at a pretty high cost to Tommy. His win at the game of chicken costed him a total fine of $3,335,000, which is likely more than the gold coins are worth. They're only worth $3 million.
Yeah.
He also has to pay $19 million that the courts awarded to the investors to pay them back, which he never has. He spent 10 years of his life so far behind bars, and now he is just beginning his 2-year sentence for not showing up to court in 2012. So he's still not done. He has 2 more years to go. I don't know how I feel about all of this. In a way, I feel bad for Tommy Thompson. I think he should have just paid the investors back And maybe the courts never would have gotten involved, so maybe this is his karma. Maybe if he just paid them the 13 million, kept the other, 37 and the gold coins, no one would have known he had the gold coins. But at the same time, so karma, that's what you get. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I understand wanting to keep some of the coins for yourself and not turning them into today money. Like, he was ordered to turn all of it into today money so it could be given away. But it's like a souvenir for the hard work and the mystery that he
Really.
was so obsessed with solving for so long. And he was actually able to solve it, That's super cool.
And it's, like, kinda sad too that, like, he was so excited, he had this win, he searched for it forever, went to jail,
Yeah.
had to lose basically all of it by holding out for $1,000 a day, and now he doesn't even really get to enjoy it. Like, it's
Yeah.
just it kinda sucks, yeah.
He's like, fuck you, government. Let me live free. I found it. Finders keepers.
Yeah, losers weepers. We learned this on the playground.
Since all of this has taken place, Bob Evans, one of the initial partners of Tommy Thompson, was granted permission to continue excavating the ship's wreckage. Much more gold has been brought up and sold, and Bob has created a new search group without Tommy Thompson. Good for him. He's doing great. I don't think Tommy cares, though. For him, I think it was the thrill of the chase. He found it, and that's what matters. That is the case of the I don't know, the SS Central America, the underwater criminal Tommy Thompson, treasure hunter. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird, and I'm actually really surprised that I've never heard it.
Yeah.
But I'm
It's in the
glad you
news
brought
lately,
it.
so
I'm glad you brought it to our attention, and, if anyone ever finds their way at the bottom of the sea, you never know what you're gonna find.
you never know.
You never know. I liked it.
Aliens,
No, for sure,
new
aliens.
animals that haven't been
Absolutely
discovered,
aliens. Oh god.
gold.
I mean, gold.
Who knows?
I mean,
Oh, go away,
truly.
moth. Go away.
I know, I have a fruit fly flying around in
Go
front of my face.
away.
I'm just like,
It's on me. Don't land on. Anyway.
"Don't squish it, it'll turn into dust." Don't understand moths. Like,
Yeah.
what are they made out of that when you squish them,
Dust.
they
We're
just
all made
poof?
from dust,
It's really true.
It literally is.
I couldn't agree more. Um, well, I'm kinda sad. I stick with what I said, I'm sad for him. I'm with you, I feel bad for him. I don't think that's
I
fair.
feel bad for him. I do
Yeah.
think he was sketchy for not just paying back the investors.
Oh, for sure.
But
Like,
also
he
10
was
fucking
absolutely
years, come
greedy for
on.
that. Yeah. Like you put it, it's absolutely a game of chicken, like, who's gonna fold first?
Mhm.
And he didn't, so, I mean,
He didn't.
gotta respect the stubbornness, but that same
Yeah.
stubbornness is what helped him find it in the first place, I'm
Yeah.
sure,
I mean,
so
after you've done like 3 years, it's
Right.
like, I've already done 3. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep going. I
Yeah.
can't get those 3 years back. I'm not giving up the coins
It's
now,
true, it's true. It's like, what how far would you go? Because, like I
Well,
said, prison's not made for me.
yeah, like you, after the first couple of days, like maybe a month, I'm like, "Okay, I gotta get out of here." But if he knows he has at least 2 years, and it's already been a couple months, and, like, you're going on your 3rd year, then it's like, why even because afterwards, you have to give away your gold coins, you know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm,
Like, if I'm already doing 2, almost 3 years, why give them up? Keep me as
mhm,
long as you want. I'm not giving them up. Like, it's
mhm.
the principle of the thing.
Yeah, yeah, I respect that, you're just the stubbornest Tommy
Yes.
Thompson. I also love that that's his name, I love that that's what he looks like. If you're not following us on social media, I will share, of course, and it will be on our website. And, our website has been inactive for a little while, guys, because we haven't been posting, and I'm sorry, but we're back now, so and, weirdly enough, we got, like, the most amount of patrons than we have not posting, so thank you to those who joined, who are just like, "Fuck this, I need more Alicia and Sierra." We
I'm
appreciate that.
sorry.
We're sorry. No, no, no. Everybody was, like, wishing you well and hoping for the best. And
Look what I got
honestly,
out of it. Look at my room. Look
I
at how
know it's so
awesome.
beautiful. I love the color. Um, it's funny. Was there a similar color in your last place on the walls, or am I crazy?
Yeah. It was much darker. It was more foresty, but yeah, there was
Okay.
green. We like
Okay,
green.
because when you were watching TV the other day and you sent, like, a Snapchat or something of you watching the Karen Reed trials,
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
that's my
"Her living
bedroom.
room wall looks the same."
Yeah. That was my bedroom walls, but yeah.
Aw, I like it. I'm excited to see the rest of the place. Send me a photo at least of your creepy bookshelf, 'cause that looks kinda
Yes.
cool. And, speaking of snippets and things to look forward to in life, I want to share my something happy with you because
Yeah.
I transitioned, and that's just how we're gonna do this.
Tell me
Um,
things.
I found the perfect necklace. It is a little metal cage that holds my crystals of any
Oh,
size. So now
yay.
I get to wear them as accessories and bring the healing properties on the go with me, and I know that sounds really dumb, but,
It does not at all.
that's a lot of fucking crystals.
I made Bubba a
You've
cage
made them,
necklace
yeah.
out of rope though, not metal. But
I
yeah,
like
I
the
love
rope.
them. They're awesome.
I like the rope. I know this is, like, really bright, but it's like I have Howlite in there right now. But I
Yeah.
I haven't tested it with the smaller ones, that makes me a little more nervous. But it's so cool, you just, like, pull this little thing up, and it's like a little cage that you drop your crystal
Yeah, that's
into.
awesome.
I'm excited. I've
I
wanted
like
one of
that.
these forever. I think I asked for one for Christmas and for my birthday, and I didn't get one, so I'm like, "You know what?
Oh.
Fuck you guys, I'm buying it myself."
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta.
And, that adds to my, list of accessories because I gotta look a little bit nicer when I'm at work, so there we go. And what is your something happy other than being in your new home?
Yeah, I'm finally in my new home. This picture right here is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole
I'm
life. I
obsessed
love
with
it.
it.
It's the best. It's like a Victorian lady in a field with chickens and a UFO. It's the best thing ever.
Basically,
Also,
Sierra.
it is. That is me. Um, in the past slash future, I don't really know. Anyway, um,
Well, you live in the
a
South, you
different
want chicken.
dimension. Yeah,
You were
this is
probably
me in another
disgusting.
life. Uh, Mostly my happiness comes from the fact that my brother is here living with us. And I'm so excited for him to experience all of the Alabama things and discover new things and learn new things. And I don't
About
know.
self.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
and I know that you guys are really close, so that'll be cool for you guys to be together.
Yeah.
Also, be sure for Dee to look out for the wild time that is the, peanut festival.
Oh, yeah. I
Watch
explained it
out.
today.
Watch out. They're throwing peanuts, it's rogue.
It's so fun.
Every time Sierra sends me videos, I'm like, "That is weird behavior." Catching peanuts off the road. Alright.
Yeah, people come with bags. They like scoop them up off the ground in bags.
And then make boiled peanuts afterwards,
Yep,
question mark?
exactly. Exactly that.
Every time I see a peanut in a shell, I think of you, which happens more often than I care to admit because, um, I recently learned where this is coming from, but I think I've complained about it over the years that every time I rotate my dirt in the spring to plant new flowers that I find fucking peanuts and random shit in my dirt all the time,
Okay.
like whole peanuts.
Peanuts
So
grow in dirt.
I know, but they're not growing in my flower bed.
Okay.
And so I'm like, where the fuck are these peanuts coming from? I figured it out. My neighbor, he's on our strata council. He's really nice. His name is Greg. He puts peanuts on his balcony for the squirrels because he lives on the ground floor.
Oh.
And then the blue jays take them. And then the
Yeah.
blue jays fly onto my deck and bury them in the dirt. And
Fun
they, like,
times.
dig with their little beaks, and they stick them in the dirt, and I'm like,
You gotta
"What
record
the
it.
hell?" I
That's
need to
adorable.
Evan needs to, because he's home all day, so he witnessed it because we clean the deck every spring,
Yeah.
and then I'll go out there, and there's dirt everywhere, and there's little holes in my planters, and I'm like, "What the fuck happened here?" Like, what is this crime scene? So
That's
it's
so
the
great.
Blue Jays, and
I
so
love it.
every time I dig a peanut out of my dirt, I think of you.
Yeah.
And we have a squirrel friend that comes onto our deck, and it has encouraged me to have to clean quicker because we put turf on our deck, like the grass, but we had one strip of my parents' grass from before, but it's different, so we rolled it up, and we're gonna give it to my brother and his girlfriend for their patio, but the squirrel has been hiding things in it. It's rolled up
Oh,
on my deck, and I'm scared to open it because 'cause I'm like, "What am I gonna find in there?" It scared the crap out of Kevin because it just, like, popped out, like, 'cause it's rolled up like a carpet,
no.
just popped out of the whole like, and he's like, "What the fuck?" So I'm like, "Is there babies in there?" Like, I don't know what I'm gonna find. If
That's
I
great.
find squirrel babies, I think my day might be made.
Great. Love it.
Anyways, that was a very random rant about peanuts, but I'm happy for you. But
Yeah.
this was a lot of fun, and, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will be back next week for some exciting stuff for our 200th
Ooh.
episode, part 1, and, we will have some exciting announcements and things for you then, but in the meantime, keep it
Keep it
twisted.
twisted.
Twisted and Uncorked is a proud member of Weirding Way Media. Hosted and produced by Sierra Zorn and Alicia Watson. If you like the show, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can check out all things Twisted on our website, twistedanduncorked.com, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode.